Peace. Where my phone at? What's good, y'all? Here she is. What's poppin'? It's Wednesday, February 24th. Make it today's math. Well, maybe I should wait for Digga to tell you that it's the Wisdom Culture Freedom Day, all being born to equality. Make sure you click that like button upon entering. You know how it goes. Shout out to all my regulars. I got some announcements to make tonight. Something that I discussed. Something I discussed with y'all. And I think it's time we make it happen. Light up your L's. We got some great guests with us tonight. You see what it is. You most definitely see what it is. Welcome back to Godcast. I am Lord Jamar. Girl Digga will be here. She's just, finishing whatever last minute glam shit she be doing. She's finishing it up, getting ready for y'all, and she'll be here in a minute. Shout out to our sponsor, our main sponsor, Miracle Food. That immune booster, that anti-inflammatory, that cleanser, okay? That thing that gets you up in the morning and lubricates the body, mind, body, and soul. Yeah, get you some of that Miracle Food. Go to chakradoctor.org/miracle food and get you some good old Miracle Food. Just a shot in the morning, followed by some water. That's all you got to do. You'll thank me for it. So listen, y'all. We've been doing these lives here on YouTube. Now, everybody knows that YouTube is a place that is the censorship is getting very high on this platform. But we're also trying to find ways to maximize, monetization and all of that type of stuff, and find ways that how can I put it? Ways to help reward real supporters. You know what I mean? Real supporters of the show. So yeah, I think a way to do that, because a lot of times we do these lives, right? And then what I'll have to do here on YouTube is I'll do the live, and then immediately I'll have to make it private so that I'm able to chop up the show, give y'all the segments that y'all are accustomed to. Hang on a second. My daughter's gonna walk through the frame, but that's okay. As long as she don't knock my light down. Okay, hang on. How about we do that? There we go. She's gone. So we chop up the segments and all that, and then we put out the full episode at the end. But a lot of times, right after the live, a lot of you try to watch the live right afterwards, and then you're like, I was watching the live, and then it got taken down. What happened? Da, 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 da. Even though I tell y'all 1,000 times with the how the modus operandi goes, but you know how some people don't listen to shit. Anyway, here's what we're gonna be doing. So that y'all don't even have to worry about the live coming down and all that type of shit. We're going to take these lives. Shout out to Miss Ravioli. Shout out to Quiet Boy Music. We're going to take these lives over to Patreon. Okay? If you enjoy these lives and want to continue watching them live, then for a minimum of $5 a month, shut your ass up. For a minimum of $5 a month, go on over to Patreon, okay, patreon.com/ you know what I mean, and become a patron. What that will do, right? That will enable you to continue watching the lives as you've been watching them. But also once the live goes, we're going to keep it up on Patreon. We're not going to take it down right after the live goes. So you will have access to the unedited interview right after it airs. And that's where the unedited versions of the Godcast will live. We'll still continue to chop them up, put them on YouTube, and put the full version out at the end. But a lot of times people don't want to wait for the full version and all of that. So those are the people that I think would it would be valuable to them to go ahead and do their $5 a month and be able to continue to get these great lives that we provide you with, all the legends that we bring on the show, plus the insight that you're accustomed to receiving here. Think it's a win-win for everybody. What do y'all think? Now there's levels to this shit. For $10 a month, you get even more. Now you get some VIP access. Now we might fuck around and you can have more interaction with us. You can still talk in the chat like you do right now at the $5 level, but at the $10 level, you can communicate directly with myself, Rah Digga, and Godfrey. $20 level, fuck around. We bring you up on we could bring you up on the screen and you can ask your question. You also get like 30% off on merchandise. Just go over to Patreon. You'll see the different levels, the different tiers. But $5 a month is the basic tier. And I don't think that's a lot for the kind of quality that we bring you. Oh shit, the queen has just entered the room. Looks like she's trying to stun on me with a new background. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen. Rah Digga is in the house.
Hey. I'm not hearing you, though. I know what's going on.
Yo. Digga.
Why can't I hear you? I can't hear you.
I don't know. Why can't you hear me? Everybody else can hear me.
I know, because I'm on a new computer. That's why. And I can't hear you. Let's see.
No, Mr. Amigo.
There you go.
Grab.
I got to go to my audio.
You said what?
I have to go to my audio settings.
Yes.
Hi, everybody.
What's good, Digga? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, no, I hear you, but I'm hearing you through the computer, not through the headphones. I just got to go to the audio settings and. do the StreamYard thing.
Take your time.
What's up, party people?
Are you stunting on us with a new background right now?
Oh, hey. Yeah, you know, a little something I cooked up.
What in the haberdashery and the hemoglobin is going on here? What do you think you're doing, Digga?
There we go.
Digga,
Yep, I hear you. Oh, now we're good. Now you're in my headphones.
who do you think you are? Like why are you coming on and trying to like just brand yourself like this? Like this is very, very
Well, this is
egotistical,
my
Digga.
see, I got myself set up
I
for
might as
my
well give you a solo. Go ahead. Go ahead.
see, this is my Lyrics Matter banner. This is from when I do my master classes. I'm actually a teacher this week, so you know got Lyrics Matter stuff going on, but you know, I decided to give y'all some digga today.
Okay, well, since you're set up.
Oh, somebody said turn my mic up. Maybe I'll just bring it closer. How's that?
Turn your throat up. How about that? Turn your throat up.
Shut up. How's that, everybody?
You loud throat. All right. So well, you're in solo mode. So are you ready?
1, 2. Hold on, let me bring my mic closer. Here we go. Hey.
Are you ready?
Yep.
You're in solo mode. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
It's the Digga Cam. God damn it. It's the Digga Cam. What's good?
I'm chilling, man.
All right. As usual.
I'm excited. We got some dope guests today, guys.
As usual, our guests are here before you. You know that works. I was just talking to the people about doing these lives over at Patreon. You know, for a minimum of $5 a month. What you'll get is access to the lives the same way you were getting them on YouTube, but only over there. We're going to keep them up. We will not be taking them down like we usually do right after so that we could chop them up and all that, blah, 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 blah. We'll still be chopping them up and putting them on YouTube and putting the full version out on YouTube. But as far as the lives go, we're going to be doing that over at Patreon. And also certain material that I feel, you know how YouTube gets on their bullshit. So there might be certain content over at Patreon that we could put up over there that we can't put up over here.
The stuff that I be telling you be a little racy, that stuff?
Right, yeah, that type of stuff. You know? Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Like I had a whole episode with my man Uriah Brandon. Shout out to Uriah Brandon. And let's just say that episode couldn't come out on YouTube.
Oh wow.
But we might put it out on Patreon. So that being said, tell a friend to tell a friend. Y'all could go over to Patreon right now. The banner's at the bottom of your screen. Go on to Patreon right now, become a patron, so you can continue enjoying these lives. That being said, listen, I'm ready to bring our guest in if you are.
I sure am. I'm so excited. Wait, can I just warm the crowd up real quick?
Go ahead, because this was your Digga pioneered this one. Okay.
Yes.
So be proud. Go ahead.
So some episodes ago, I was ranting and raving about a documentary that I watched called Dope is Deaf.
And forced me to watch it. And forced me to watch it.
And forced Jamar to watch it.
Certain things that she'll stress me like, yo, you gotta watch this. Like, all right. I'm gonna fucking watch it. And I watched it and I was very happy I did. But go ahead.
Directed and produced by a lovely young lady who will actually be joining us later tonight by the name of MiaDonovan. The film is called Dope is Death, and it's basically chronicling the movement of what Dr. Matulu Shakur pioneered and brought to Harlem back in the 70s. Curing and treating addiction with acupuncture. So tonight I'm so privileged to have his son here with us. Mopreme Shakur, ladies and gentlemen, is our guest this evening, and we're just gonna chop it up with him about his childhood and just coming up with having a father and being a Panther baby and just being a child in that movement and pretty much everything that is going on with him today. And as you may or may not be aware, he is currently incarcerated right now. We are starting a hashtag free Mtulu initiative the same way we've been running around for years screaming everybody else, free Mumia, free Tuki. We have to do that for Dr. Mtulu because it is very important that the world is made aware of his work. And hopefully this is something that can even manifest itself more prevalent today. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we give you Mopreme Shakur.
Stop it. Stop it. What's up? What it do? What it do?
What's up, man?
Yay.
I'm so happy we connected. We were playing phone tag over the holidays. Let me just tell you, when I first saw that I met Mia on another show that I co-hosted, and I was just so moved by that film. I said, yo, you have to come on my show with Lord Jamar. You have to let our fan base know what's going on, and this is so dope that we get to, finally the stars and the moon have aligned and you are here, and I'm gonna shut up and let you take it away.
Blessings, Ra. And by the way, my dear old dad, his name is Matulu, Mutulu, Matulu Shakur. He's a big fan. He love you to death. He told me to shout you and Jamar out, Godfrey.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? He's in there, but he stayed very much in tune, in touch with the streets. So shout out and blessings to you. And I help make this film with Mia. Matulu wanted us to be a part of it, if she was going to do it. And thank God it turned out the way it did. We real happy with it.
Well, listen, we want to talk to you real quick, but we're going to bring Mia on in a minute so we can talk together about the film. But we wanted to, man, that Shakur name is just such a there's just so much that goes with it, in our community. There's so much history to that name.
Heavy, baby. It's heavy.
Very heavy, baby. So just talk to us about growing up, with the Shakur name, with those type of values, those Panther values, and just the type of there's just the type of experiences that you went through as a youth.
Well, it's a long story, but
we here for you.
My parents, they weren't married, as many of our parents aren't, who came,
well, on paper they weren't married. On paper.
Yeah, and my mother is a Baptist. You dig? But my father was on he was on something else. He was down with the community organizers. He was Black Liberation Army, a Black nationalist, for the people, down with the people, help the people all day.
How did he get into that? What sent him down that road? Do you know?
My grandmother is blind, right? So going on that journey of trying to get health care in this country for poor, broke, disenfranchised, and Black person in this country, is rough, especially for a young dude. And so going through that process, he was privy and aware of certain parts of the struggle that everybody else wasn't dealing with.
Copy. So you coming up, Your mother's a Baptist. Your father's what some people would call a radical.
There you
um, so who'd you grow up with? Your mother?
I both. You know, my father came to swoop me. I spent time with him and the Fanny and Pac, and then I'll go back to my mother. You know what I'm saying? Until he went underground.
So
as much as he could, he was there.
So you're growing up with Tupac as a child?
Yes, sir.
Like when when is your earliest recollection of Tupac? Like how old was y'all probably?
He was 2.
Wow.
Yeah, he was 2 and I was 6.
Mm.
Yeah.
So he was the little baby boy.
Yeah, man. And my father told me, that's your brother. That's your brother. Let's roll. Grab his hand. You dig? So that's all I know. You know.
Okay. Well, I'm curious. When did you see him start leaning towards making the music? Like where were you in life when he decided to make that a serious career, and how did the family feel about that?
Well, early 90s, it's hard to deny hip hop, as we all know. You dig? It's hard to deny hip hop, and all the youth was doing it. So on top of Pac going to School of Performing Arts, he was in the streets too with hip hop. A fan, just a bigger fan as anybody else. We were fans first.
Okay.
And
we ask about on this show a lot about like when were you introduced to hip hop? You know what I mean? How were you introduced to it? Like what's your earliest memories of hip hop?
Of hip hop? Oh man, I'm from Southside Jamaica, Queens.
Holla.
So I grew up in Run DMC era. You dig? And Grandmaster Flash, Grand Wizard Theodore. Old school New York. That's how I grew up. And so it was in me. It's in me no matter where I went. And because of our situation, my pops being underground, moving around the country, hip hop remained constant, and in some situations, some states, I was ahead of people, and because being from Southside Jamaica, Queens, New York, I was often ahead of people when it came to rap at that time because it was early, so going across country, it was interesting to see the effects of hip hop.
Okay. Actually, I want to talk a little bit about like your relationship with your dad. So, did you realize like the work he was doing with the acupuncture and the I guess the clinics that they were trying to set up? Like, did you understand that or see firsthand like the impact that work was having on the community?
Yes, I did, because he would bring me to work with him. You know what I mean? And that's what this project is about. His time as a medical director at Lincoln Detox Center up in the Bronx, and he would bring me and Pac there as kids. They would serve the addicts juice. We love the juice. We got free juice and all. Everybody there loved us. They just laying there getting their massages, getting their treatment. I love my pop, so I was trying to see what it was about, and the early impact was like, take care of yourself, take care of the people, take care of yourself, take care of the people. Somebody need help, you gotta help people, and that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Word. You
Real
see
quick.
yourself continuing that? Do you see yourself continuing that, like wanting to delve in that work, or you just like I got my own shit going on?
Man, I chose the mic. I chose
Word.
I chose hip hop. But you know, it's it's a blessing what he did, because a lot of people around the country are open up to something new. It's Eastern medicine, and which this country is not often aware of or down with or whatever, but it actually works, and it worked to help those addicts at that time. At the same time, I lost an uncle from being a heroin addict. So, I appreciate it.
Word. That's why I got so excited when I saw the documentary. I'm like, we need that now. The way these babies are ODing.
Especially now with the opioid epidemic.
That's what that's why I came rushing to Jamar, like, yo, we got to get involved with this. Go ahead, Jamar. I know you got questions.
Well, I've actually had acupuncture done to me. When I was suffering from sciatica, and I mean, it was bad to the point where I'm like debating, like, do I need to get like surgery or some shit like that? You know what I mean? Like it was bad. Like where any other motherfucker probably would have like did some dumb shit like that and started taking like all kind of drugs, and I was like, nah, fuck that. I gotta find out some natural shit. So I'm doing my little due diligence, my research, and I come up. They say acupuncture is some shit that can work with this. So I find an acupuncturist, straight Chinese dude out here on Staten Island where I'm at.
Yeah.
And like he hardly spoke English, type of Chinese type of. All his books was Chinese in there, giving me all Chinese herbs and telling me to stretch, and he's giving me the acupuncture with the cups and
yeah, that's part of that inspiration out of China from that.
Like I was walking with a cane at one point, bro. This shit was so bad. It was bad, like bad. Yo, within 3 weeks of this regimen of doing this with the acupuncture, gone, running down the block, all kinds of shit, like
circulate that chi.
What? Feeling like $1 million. Listen, I don't want to keep our other guests waiting too long in the lobby either. I want to bring her on right now.
Yes.
Talking about acupuncture, and I guess it intrigued her enough to make a whole damn film about it. So right now, I want to bring our guest, director, filmmaker, MiaDonovan, to the Godcast. How are you, Mia?
Good. Hi, Rah Digga.
Hey, baby.
Rob, me love you, yo.
Hey, Mo.
I love you too, man. I just and we've stayed in touch since I watched that film, and I told you that I wanted to personally get involved and use my platform any way I could to help free our beloved Dr. Matulu, because I sometimes the good outweighs the bad, and I think the work that he did is something that is very necessary right now. It was very innovative then, and I know the powers that be saw it and felt threatened, because it was it was a threat to their them lining their pockets with big pharma. So,
well, not to cut you off, Digga, but let's give a recap to the people exactly what took place in the film. Okay, right. So it took place late 60s, early 70s?
The program began in 1970 when the activists took over the hospital to create a drug detox program, but they discovered acupuncture a few years later, so the acupuncture started in 73.
Right. So let's just stop right there for a second. So this is back when people were naive enough to feel like, you know what, we could take over the fucking hospital, like, you know what I mean? And I don't even know if that's naive or just brave enough, just
balls
forward thinking enough, more ballsy enough to be
Mhm.
like, you know what, we're gonna take over the hospital. And guess what? When they took over the hospital, yes, people, y'all probably didn't hear this, but the Panthers, these brothers and sisters, ended up taking over Lincoln Hospital in the South Bronx. Basically took control over it, but still had services running while they took the hospital over. Like, who fucking does that shit? Like, nah, yeah, we're taking the shit over, but the patients are still gonna get care. Don't worry about it. Like, we got this. It was beautiful. So a lot of people didn't know about that, and I didn't know about this whole story about treating acutherapy, I guess, treating addiction through acupuncture. Just I guess tell us the story and just how did you learn about it, and then what made you want to make a film about it and all that?
Well, I first learned about it because I suffer from chronic migraines, and I visited this acupuncturist in Montreal named Mario, and he had this poster on his wall, which we see in the documentary, that has it says, "We will fight heroin and methadone by any means necessary. Educate the people." And then there's these illustrations of black hands with needles saying acupuncture heals. So I started asking Mario about this poster. And this is in Montreal. And he told me how he went to the South Bronx in the early 70s to help Matulu Shakur. He described Matulu Shakur, the stepfather of Tupac.
Oh, that doctor was the guy you went
to, who's now in his 70s and treats people kind of part-time. He's sort of retired, but he was recommended through friends. And so then I was just so surprised that I had never heard of this. That the connection between Black Panthers, Young Lords, Matulu Shakur, these 20-year-old activists, and acupuncture for heroin addiction. So I started to write Dr. Shakur in prison, and that was maybe 2012 or 2013, and started visiting him and then learning more. And then after a few years, he put me in touch with Mopreme, because so Mo could sort of like suss me out and look at my other films. And then we started working on this. And so the way I did the research was going to New York and tracking down, through Matulu's help, all the surviving acupuncturists and activists who were there, and started gathering stories.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
And this film was, you said, 4 years in the making?
It's a bit more, like it took a long time, about 6 years, but maybe a bit more. But there was different phases. Originally, Dr. Shakur was supposed to be released in 2016. So we had envisioned a film that was following him as he was released and going back and continuing this work, but he wasn't released.
Damn.
So we sort of strategized, and I wanted to try and make a film that could provide a counter narrative to what the public knew about him, so people could understand who he really is.
Right.
And that's where, I started visiting Mopreme and his wife Talia every time I'd go to LA, and just kind of a bunch of people, we came together and collaborated on this.
So dope.
Mm-hmm.
Dope. So share with our audience what I guess you probably did just answer the question. I wanted to ask, like, what what inspired you to want to make a film about it?
I'm not sure exactly. I think it was meeting Matulu in person, and I have, like a lot of people, I have people in my family and a lot of I know people who've been on methadone for literally decades. So when I heard about this acupuncture treatment for drug treatment, like, that was just super interesting. And then once I started meeting Matulu and just discovering that the Black Panthers, Matulu, and the Young Lords were completely written out of this history. The acupuncture protocol still exists. It's being used worldwide. And in 1985, long after the clinic was shut down and Matulu was underground and everybody was dispersed, this white doctor, Dr. Michael Smith, incorporated it, took the protocol and kind of made it his own. So it was just like, you know, on top of everything else that the counterintelligence program did to the movement, that these people are just being, this group of people are being completely like completely written out, not recognized for this amazing work. So I was very inspired by that.
And that's what I think is one of the best things about this film, is that it brings to light an aspect of the Panthers that they don't want us to see. Like another residual thing that comes from the Panthers is there was no breakfast program in the public school system before the Panthers started doing it. Okay.
That's right.
And that also got taken over by the school system. You see what I'm saying? It got co-opted to where it doesn't look like that's something that was a legacy of the Panthers, but that's a legacy. The fact that kids can go to school and get breakfast in the morning and all that comes from directly the effect that the Panthers had. So now if people are still out here getting treated with acupuncture for, you know, addiction and shit like that to this very day, that's another residual, you know, legacy of the Panthers that they're trying to hide. And the fact that you brought that out is definitely something commendable, and we need to know these things because they damn sure want us to know that, you know, the Panthers got in a shootout with the police or some all this other bullshit, but not all the positive things that they were known to do in the community. Yeah, so I just think that was really a great thing to see, and I had no idea that, you know, young Black people especially were doing acupuncture, you know.
Nah, I think the same way, Mia, that you were inspired. Like, wait, I need to spread this gospel. Like, I'm gonna develop a film. I think I was pretty much moved the same way. Like, oh, I gotta tell my co-hosts, we gotta have them on the show. Like, it's
right
just
on,
so
right on.
It's so groundbreaking and heartbreaking at the same time too, because I literally had no idea until I watched that. Until I watched that documentary. So, is there places? Are there places now where a person can go if they needed to receive treatment for that?
Yeah, I mean, just to underline that, like the Lincoln Detox was so unique, and BANA, the Black Acupuncture Advisory Association, which Matulu opened in Harlem after, it was the combination of the acupuncture and the political education classes. So these two things is what really got the attention of the government, because they were like political education. They were empowering people on understanding their rights. Like sometimes it was like understanding their rights as tenants, or also like contextualizing. Matulu specifically would teach classes contextualizing drugs in society and who drugs really serve, so people could be detoxed from heroin but also understand why they had to resist. And the link between they framed it with the language chemical warfare, so heroin and methadone were both seen as weapons to pacify resistance to oppression. So it was very political.
And now you can get acupuncture at many places across the country now that they've exploited a lot of what Matulu was doing. And but yeah, you do a little research, you can find acupuncture places from New York to LA. I don't have many specifically right now, but I could get it to you. Anybody who's not up on it need to look into it. Like Lord Jamar was saying about the financial aspect. Methadone came from the government. they call it liquid handcuffs.
Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah. So, you know, acupuncture was taking people off of methadone, which was taking money out their pocket.
And that's why.
You dig.
Right.
You know, so, you know, we are trying to raise awareness about acupuncture as well as Matulu's situation. He was supposed to be let out in 2016. And they didn't let him out. They plan, you know, they're
why? What is the problem?
Okay. He was sentenced 60 years straight under the old laws, no L, right? Half of 60 is 30. You know what I mean? It ain't hard math, you know, and which was 2016.
Right.
Now he's guaranteed the hearings to be let out, but it's ultimately up to the board's discretion. You know, basically that means, you know, they let you out if they want to. Now he has no new cases. You know what I mean? The man is 70 years old, no new cases. He just been diagnosed with cancer. You dig? He just ocked that down. Then he got COVID. He ocked that down. So, you know, we're putting a full force smash on free Dr. Matulu Shakur because they just doing him dirty. Like they are doing a lot of the political prisoners. There's like a group of them who stuck in this black hole in between the old laws and the new laws.
Right.
You know, old laws you only had to do 50%. New laws, federal time you had to do 85%. So he was sentenced under the old laws. It ain't, you know. So we trying to get him out, y'all.
Meanwhile, those savages that stormed the Capitol, causing multiple deaths, get to take vacations because they were already paid for,
and all kind of other people who are not really productive to society are getting all kind of pardons. All these Kodak Blacks and you know what I mean. Other type of motherfuckers out here, Little Waynes and all of these type of
Kyle Rittenhouse is on the run right now. They got a bunch of people tallied up $2 million for that killer, and he jumped bail.
They talk about they owed something. You better get the excuse my French, get the fucking line, please.
Listen, it's just real crazy, you know. People like you know, Matulu Shakur. People like
Dr. Matulu Shakur. He got degrees. Doctor.
People like Mumia Abu Jamal. Now these are the people that should be getting the pardons. You know what I mean? These are the people that the celebrities should be rallying and want to go talk to Trump or Biden or Kamala, whoever y'all got to talk to. These are the people y'all need to be talking to them about instead of these dudes that's coming out and you know, now they coming out to just flash a brick of money in your face on Instagram and all this other bullshit. Like ain't doing nothing for the community, ain't doing nothing to try to help people and give power to the people.
Amen. I ain't knocking nobody's hustle, man, but I'm just trying to say, please, y'all, you know, look at the good doctors, give them some love. You know, 83205-012, that's his number. Shoot him a kite, something, yell at somebody. Something, we gotta get him out.
Wait, I'm sorry, brother. You gotta repeat that. Yeah, you got a little choppy there. Give it to the people nice and slow and let them know you know how we can be of service.
Dr. Matulu Shakur, his prison number is 83205-012. You know that the mail is funny now. You can send him a kite. I think
83205-what?
012.
012.
There's friends and family of Dr. Matulu Shakur, MatuluShakur.com. What else we got?
His mailing address is on MatuluShakur.com. If people didn't get it with his number.
Okay. Is there a GoFundMe of any kind that I guess can aid with his account, his defense, his health?
Yeah, there's a PayPal account. There's a way to donate on his site. And it's his family and friends and his legal team update it all the time. So like it's there. So right now it's funds to support the case, the recent case, and there is a petition as well. Okay. That's there.
Because they just recently turned down his parole hearing, and they just recently turned down him for compassionate release. Now, mind you, he'd been sick with cancer the last 2 years. He ain't did a thing wrong, but they turned him down on both.
Okay.
That's how they playing, y'all.
So is there somebody's inbox we can flood? Is there a board? Is there a office, a captain's inbox?
Not to cut you up, but how much of that do you think is the government trying to punish him basically for his last name and the fact that someone like Assata Shakur has never been so-called brought to justice and has eluded them all this time?
Well, this is why it's a little extra difficult in Matulu's case, but it's a clear pattern of behavior that was coming from the federal government and those in law enforcement. If you probably heard the news about the NYPD cop on his deathbed saying he was part of,
yes, Malcolm X.
Malcolm X,
right?
And Panther 21. Afeni was in Panther 21. It's a clear pattern. Fred Hampton. They were doing them all the same way.
One, have you ever met Assata before?
When I was a shorty, too little to remember though.
Right. Two, did you see the new movie Judas and the Black Messiah? And if you did, what'd you think of it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I saw it. My man Chairman Fred worked on it every day.
Shout out to Chairman Fred. Yes, he did.
Yeah, Fred Hampton. And so I was glad that he finally got a piece done. Eventually, we're gonna get to that spot with Matulu, his life story. But they did a good job. They did a good job. I think they did a good job.
They did. Yeah. I just saw it last night, actually. And I think they did do a good job. What about you, Digga? Did you see it?
I have not seen it yet.
Oh, wow. Get out of here.
I have not seen it yet. I'm going to, you know why I haven't seen it? I know, you know what? And I see and I'm always the one.
Down my throat.
You know what it was? I have to mentally prepare for it because I know how it ends. Like we had this conversation, right? I was like, I get ready to hit play, and it's like I know how this is. Like I have to watch it. What I did do, you know what I did do though? I pressed play and let it run so it could count as like opening weekend streaming numbers. But I didn't have the heart to watch it yet, just because I'm told, and I know it's told from the POV of the guy that betrayed him. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna mentally get there.
Yeah, I could dig it. But you still see him in there, you see what he was about, you know what I mean?
Right.
I gotta ask you
thank you, baby.
Another Pac question. Did you like early on recognize anything about Pac that like made you stand out and be like, yo, when this motherfucker, you know what I mean? When he gets somewhere, did you feel like he could be as big as he was, is what I'm going to say. Was there anything that you saw early on that gave you an indication of that?
Yes. Good question, Lord Jamar. You know, because of our family situation, you know, and to step and have brothers and sisters, we got split up. By the time we linked up, you know, he hadn't taken off yet. I think I had done Feels Good, but it hadn't came out yet. And we decided to write a song together. And I'm sitting there trying to
Feels Good. You talking about Feels Good, Tony. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that was my first record.
Right, dope. Okay, yeah, that was you right there. Okay,
that was Mercedes then. Yeah. You know, and nobody knew we was brothers, but you know, he was right behind me, and he was like, "Yo, let's write something. Let's do something together, right?" And we started writing a song, and I'm trying to write out my verse. Y'all know how I go. I'm trying to get my verse together. And like, yo, like 5-10 minutes, the kid was like, "All right, you ready?" I'm like, "Yo, hold up, man.
Yes.
I'm still trying to get my flow together." But, I see it then, yo.
Say words. So wait, hang on. He was whipping together rhymes early back then. He was fat with it like that.
His pen was vicious.
Wow.
Vicious. It was obvious. You know what I mean? We as writers, you know, when somebody got it, he's coming with it constantly. So I like, okay, all right, I believe. Then he got a shot. And I was like, okay, let's roll. And, and that was our contribution compared to my pops, and then my small contribution to the legacy. You know, this music game.
Right, but that's a big contribution, because for the generation that you did it for, you know what I mean? That was just as revolutionary almost as what your pops was doing. You know what I mean? Like it affected a whole lot of people.
Yeah, and Pac was in the right place for it at the time. You know, in the early days, right. You know, you could see it clear. You know, the Brenda's got a baby to keep your head up. You know, that came from a real place. You know what I mean? And so and life gets complicated.
that came from his upbringing and stuff.
Word up. And we was on the same sheet of music, because I understood it, you know, if the people didn't, but eventually, you know, like, of course. You know what I mean?
From Southside Jamaica, Queens.
Yes, sir.
I know Pac used to run with Stretch.
Yeah.
Did you fuck with Stretch as well?
Yeah, he was Stretch Live Squad. They was down with us. This like
Live Squad, boy. Them was my dudes. Live Squad. Remember that video they had? It was almost like a movie type of shit. Like, and they had mad. It was ill for the time. They had mad killing and all kinds. They couldn't even play it. Like, but it was.
Yeah, we was all ahead of our time. But then, you know, the Time Warner crackdown came. And you know, the censorship, we got caught up in all that too. You know, us, Two Live Crew, Live Squad.
What was her name? Dolores Tucker.
Yeah, Dolores Tucker.
Dolores Tucker.
Yeah, man.
I think she's the reason for the parental advisory, explicit lyrics labels, right? Or part of the reason.
Yeah, but it's not like it won't nothing new. Red Fox and them was doing it. You know what I mean?
Hey. You know what's so crazy? I don't think this generation. You see how nowadays you can get like rappers on IG with presidents past and present. Like, people don't realize how much of a target hip hop was once upon a time. Like, remember Oprah Winfrey literally cost Ludacris his Pepsi deal? Like, hip hop was like, no, taboo. Like, it was it was such like looked at as such a negative thing. Like, what Little Kim was doing, you know, it was like, oh my goodness. But it's like, now all of this stuff is like, oh, this is liberation. Like, what? People can't even imagine hip hop in that space.
I'm like, I was a brand Nubian fan for sure. I still am.
Oh,
you know what I mean? I love the art. I'm an artist. You know what I mean? We're artists, and they want to take that professional title off it for us. But you dig? That's how I see myself.
If you're just joining us, we are with Mopreme Shakur, son of Matulu Shakur, brother of Tupac Shakur, and we are with director of
Dope is
of
Death.
the movie Dope is Death, MiaDonovan. They are in the house right about this time. So, real quick, Mia, what's next with the film? How do we get more people to see it? How do my viewers get to see the film?
It's currently available on Vice, a Vice platform called the Shortlist. So it's shortlist.vice.com. So it's streaming there, and it's also doing educational screenings at through different platforms around the US, with usually followed by panel discussions. But it's available right now on the Shortlist. So shortlist.vice.com.
Got you.
I got it on my IG too. Mopreme Shakur.
Mopreme Shakur, that's your IG?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I want to ask you one last Pac question, Frame. Out of all of the documentaries and movies that have been made, which one do you think like kind of hit the nail on the head, the closest?
None of them really.
None of them.
none of them shits.
Hey,
I helped work on Unsolved, so that one I would say would be the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious because because there's still like I think there's like new ones coming out this year. There's like a new Pac. I think there's even like a new Big. I'm like, how many
Yeah, but you see, the stunner is when it comes from us,
right?
Ain't none of them came for us yet. The family, me, because as you see, we filmmakers too. But is
somebody asked did I ever meet Pac? Yes, I had the pleasure of meeting Pac once. We smoked weed together. Me, Tupac, and Queen Latifah smoked a blunt together. That was my first time meeting Pac.
Let me ask you, where were you when you received the news that he passed?
I had been out in Vegas since he got hit for that week. I had been out there with my wife at the time and my child, who was like a few months old. And I had to run back to LA for a bit to take care of some business, and then I was going to come back to Vegas. Because those that don't know, it's only like 3.5 hour drive. So by the time I left Vegas and got to LA, I was hearing the news on the radio.
Wow.
Yeah. And I just left him, a few hours ago. So, but
that's
Black
crazy.
Sinatra, he did it his way, for sure.
Symbolically riding out of a desert to hear some shit like that. It's kind of crazy because I've done that drive and it's through a fucking desert.
Yeah.
I've done that drive too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
wow. Rest in peace, Pac. One of the best to do it, man.
Rest in peace, Pac, Yak. Shout out Thug Life Outlaws.
Yes, sir.
That's a fact.
Any
more questions, Jamar?
Mia, any new films you working on?
Yeah, I a couple things in development that are scripted, and I'm also editing a documentary on this cult that lives in the desert in California that I've been shooting with for a few years.
A cult?
Oh wow!
But like more of a positive cult. Like they're not.
Okay.
They're not
But they've been
killers. You know.
They're not like the Rakadushi. If anybody,
They don't want to drink.
Hillary, right?
They've been together since the 40s. Oh, sorry, for 40 years.
nice.
Anyway, so it's kind of a personal project I was shooting actually when I'd go visit Matulu in LA. I had met this cult shooting my previous film about this deprogrammer, and I interviewed this member who was one of the people who had parents tried to have him deprogrammed 3 times, but it never worked, so he just stayed in this cult. And
like fuck
anyways,
it.
so that's just like
well, ain't nothing else to do. Just gonna stay.
Yeah.
So you can't do me anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to holler at you, man. I got a couple of I'm like 3 for 3, right? With my screenplay ideas, Jamar. So I got a couple of ideas.
Known to be like, yo, Digga would be a good producer or some shit.
Yeah, man. I got a couple ideas. I just gotta, I gotta put the pieces together. I gotta get the screenwriters and and I have to have someone kind of like type it out as I talk it, and then I would love to see.
What's the name of the cult? Somebody wants to know. I think they might want to join.
Well, I don't know if I mean I know the name. They had a leader named Lightning Amen. And so he passed away, but he's perceived as the second coming of Christ. And
so, Lightning Amen.
Yeah, and so the people who he
Lightning Amen.
Lightning Amen. So that's his like.
Which is Amen Ra.
Amen.
Yeah, like Lightning Amen.
Amen.
And but they're very like I want to just say like they're not. I don't think they're a dangerous cult. They live in a very insular world. They're very selfless. They're very spiritual. And it's
eccentric.
Very
eccentric.
It's impressive just to visit this community where these people have been living together as brothers and sisters for 40 years, and they're so selfless and so spiritual in a way that you just don't really see. Like a lot of them come from wealthy families and joined in the 70s as a sort of anti-materialist.
That's where eccentric comes. That's why I said eccentric. That's the only people that you can call eccentric.
It's true. It's a very, I would say like almost like a white privilege thing. In a way,
Exactly. Listen.
So
yeah, we don't. A lot of us don't have the luxury to just go off in the desert and cult for 40
say,
years.
you know what? Just forget technology, forget money. We're just gonna go live.
Be so loving and be like, no, here, you take my soap. I don't even want to bake. You take it. I love it.
But at any given time, I could pick up a phone and call the manicurist and call them massage, call them masseuse.
No, they're calling the chef if they want to. Like, listen, I'm a little.
I love it.
Little filet mignon down this bitch.
But I mean, that's a good thing with COVID. It's a good time to like develop projects and edit projects and sitting around. And
now is definitely the time to be creative. If you have it in you. I think Puffy said something. He got a lot of slack for it, but he said, if you didn't, I guess if you didn't capitalize or be on your hustle, if 2020 ain't teach you the grind and the hustle, then you just don't have it in you.
This is true. This is why we're going to Patreon, y'all.
Yay!
I just like this, and also me and my friend partner, we did a podcast based with some of the material from Dope's Death that wasn't in the final cut, and we interviewed Watani Tayemba and Dr. Matulu Shakur's lawyer. So there's one episode that really looks at the laws, like why he's considered a political prisoner and how the laws can be used to keep political people inside. So if people want to know a little bit more and hear from his lawyer, and Watani Tayemba, who was Tupac's manager and who's a private investigator. He knows a lot about COINTELPRO and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So
because I think there were a couple of people. There were a couple of people in the comments. I know when I had mentioned whose line we got to blow up. A couple of people say, "Yeah, give us a name."
Right on. Should I say the judge name? I don't know.
Somebody
said,
it's quite available. It's
ride
easy to find.
on the road, a lot of episodes.
Well, we don't want to make his life any more difficult, in prison.
Go to the site. Go to the website.
Okay, I was about to say, but if there's something that we can do as a group that requires, some numbers, like that's what we're here to do.
Yeah, right on. We appreciate that. We push it. We're pushing the line still, till he out. We dealing with Weldon Project. And Alice Johnson, she, they help Ben Crump, everybody's pushing. So everybody get out.
Ben Crump, I just saw him following me the other day on IG. I followed you back, brother.
My man, boy, Lumberton.
Hit him up. Let's get him on the Godcast. Let's see if we can get him on the Godcast. I'd love to get him on here. Let's talk to him.
Nice. Give our people the website one more time, guys.
Yeah, I'll put it up.
Okay.
What's the website again? I'm sorry.
MatuluShakur.com.
Okay.
And all the latest updates are there. It's updated.
Everything going on with the case. Yeah. And if you guys want to follow the case, if you want to, if you want to donate, if you want to harass some politicians, all the information that you need to do so is on the site here.
Yeah. Shout out to Set Shakur, Talib Shakur, the whole Shakur clan. You know how we do it. We still pushing the line. So power to the people.
Yes, sir. Yo, it's definitely been great having y'all.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm so happy we finally did it, guys.
For sure.
Hey, I'm a woman of my word, though. I said that I wanted to help in any way I could, and I know we had lost touch a little bit over the holidays, but thank you, Mia, for following up, because I definitely wanted to make this happen, and here we are. So thank y'all for coming.
Matulu gonna be so happy. I'm gonna tell him you said hello.
Yes, I have to write him too.
Yeah, word.
The peace, God.
Oh, peace. Peace,
be strong. Again, it's hashtag free Matulu. That's Dr. Shakur's prison number. Also, if you want to see Dope is Death, go to shortlist.vice.com.
On my IG. It's on it.
It's on Mopreme Shakur IG. That's his IG right there. And any other information you need about Matulu Shakur, you can find at MatuluShakur.com. Thank you to our guests, Mopreme Shakur, MiaDonovan.
Hey,
coming to the Godcast.
Take care, guys.
Thank you guys so much.
Bless.
Peace. All right.
Hey. Yay. I'm so happy.
Yes, out this bitch.
Hey, that's right. That's right.
That's right. Uh-huh.
B1s.
And guess what? I think our brother, Godfrey, might have came through with another guest, which might be happening tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Pretty damn sure we're gonna have the real Freeway Rick Ross.
Ooh.
Freeway Ricky Ross.
He just interviewed me. I was a guest on his podcast.
Well, I think maybe he did something.
Now I can ask him a bunch of questions about him, because I just had to give the Rah Digga life story. I'm like, wait, I want to ask you about you.
Right. Well, yeah, that was a nice one. That was great. That was great.
Yes, I'm glad we got to do that, because I want you know, I hear, you know, like I said, and trust me, it's no, I say free them all, but I always hear free Mumia, you know, we always heard free Tuki, but I had no idea there was a Dr. Matulu Shakur that was curing addiction with acupuncture. Like I knew I knew who he was, but he was just another name on a long list of political prisoners, and I really never, you know, delved into his story. But when I was a part of that other podcast and talked to her, saw the show, I was blown away. Like, whoa, wait a minute, what? And then the first thing I thought about was all our babies right now that's ODing off the opioids and the whole opioid crisis going on now, especially the way it's affecting ours. I'm like, oh wow, like imagine being able to help with depression and all of the things that our babies are going through now with acupuncture, with something as, you know, as natural as acupuncture. No methadone,
Right.
no, you know, you're curing one drug with another drug all the while, draining people's insurance and nah.
Well, that's why they don't want to promote shit like that. That's why they don't want to support
right.
alternative medicine
and holistic healing.
That actually truly gives power to the people. Because if I don't have to go to you for these pharmaceuticals, if this is a skill that I can learn as just a regular person, and all I need is some needles, and you know what I mean, and some knowledge, like that's very inexpensive. And another thing, acupuncture is inexpensive. Like when I went, my whole treatment, man, like I don't think it was more than $500. Like the whole 3 weeks, and I'm going like 3 times a week.
I'm trying to convince my mom, because my mom suffers from like extreme orthopedic, like she has like debilitating arthritis. She's actually gearing up to get a knee replaced, but I'm trying to also, you know, get her into cupping therapy and acupuncture, and all she could think, I don't want a bunch of needles getting stuck at me. You know, elders are kind of stuck in their ways, but
you'd rather have a lot of drugs in you, or for them to have to cut you open. Would you rather have a couple pins in you, or do you want scalpels in you? Like, this is what we have to really present the alternative, like, of what it really is. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, we try. You know, old folks, they love their church and they love their doctors.
Right. And once you get used to it, and somebody that really knows how to perform acupuncture, it doesn't. You know what I mean? You'll be looking forward to it happening. You know what I mean? So, you know, again, it's something that I've experienced myself.
I see somebody said they'll take the vaccine, but not acupuncture. This is a fact. No, I've convinced my mother. Like I've said, under no circumstances are you getting that vaccine. Absolutely not.
About that, they'll take the vaccine.
That's right.
They'll puncture their skin for the vaccine, but say no.
But frown upon acupuncture. Yeah.
Oh no, I don't like needles in me. Like, the world we live in is crazy. Oh, somebody put my goddamn. This must be Robert Henry. That must be my man, Wonder Boy. They just put my that's my Xbox handle right there.
Who's that?
He said, "Quick draw, what's good?"
Oh, let me find out when you log out of the Godcast, you become some other character. Wait, so hold up. So the Godcast cuts off, then all of the LEDs come on. You got the LED gaming chair. You're
the LED girl. You're the LED.
No, I'm the queen of the LED.
I know, you're the LED queen. I just when this goes off, I might
hang on. Alexa, turn studio light red.
Look at her.
Well, see, I got the ring light on, so you can't see that.
I saw the hue change a little. Oh yeah,
Alexa.
Oh, it's Rabbi.
Turn LED
Rabbi,
light.
that's who it is. It's my man Rabbi. What up, Rabbi?
Alexa.
Rabbi originally from
Mount Vernon. Light white.
He's down in North Carolina right now. old squirrel face ass.
Oh, she not listening.
See, he talk shit back to me. Aha, you can't say nothing right now, nigga. Nobody can hear you, you bitch ass. See, if we was on the game, we got the headphones and he'd be able to talk shit to me. But he can't talk shit now. Oh, leather face.
Why do you buy Alexa respond now? Huh?
Nah, what up, my nigga? I'll be on there to bust shots in a little bit. Yeah, that was I'm glad you hooked that up, Digga. Thank you for that. That was a good one. Once again.
Much appreciated. Hey, we're a team.
And would y'all stop?
What?
I'm seeing people in the fucking comments. Who's the white bitch?
Oh my God. I'm like, that's why every so often I kept saying, and yes, director and
right.
film director and producer.
Joining us. We got Mopreme Shakur and director MiaDonovan.
I mean, hey, let's talk about the fact that yes, it took a young white woman from Canada that was inspired enough to make
money in her talent where her mouth is,
to put her money in her talent where her mouth is, and produced a dope educational documentary on the life of she light-skinned Dr. Matulu Shakur. Yes, she is educating Black folks right now on him and his work and everything, all the trials and tribulations he's dealing with now. So be nice, guys. Gosh.
Like
y'all so bad. They get that from you, Jamar. That's you. Them they the fruit of your loin. Shit.
I might be guilty as charged.
Oh,
that was funny as fuck, though. I didn't want to say it out loud though, because
Yes, she's a guest in the house of the Godcast. Be nice, guys. My people. Yo people. Yo people. My people like, yes, woman power.
That's right. They say you think Lord Jamar Rah Digga gonna let on a white person who disrespects Black people? No, of course not. White people that get on here are ones that exalt Black people. Okay, ones that fucking look up to Black people, respect Black people.
Right. Use their privilege for the greater good.
Right. Not to disrespect or oppress Black people.
Word.
The white people that come here, that follow this show, they are ones that are trying to truly gain understanding of how original people think, and they don't mind being in an atmosphere that's can be a little uncomfortable to them sometimes,
right?
In order to get the insight that they need, the true insight that they need on certain topics and how Black people really think when it comes to certain measures. Look at this guy, Yellowworth versus Lord Jamar fight. Set it up. How much?
What?
They got all these fights and shit, these celebrity fights and shit.
Oh, like yeah. Oh, I think I saw wait. I saw oh my God, what's the girls on Bad Girls Club? Natalie Nunn. I think I saw Natalie Nunn getting ready to fight Tommy from Love and Hip Hop. That's gonna be great. I'm paying money to watch that.
Hang on. Natalie Nunn. Refresh my memory.
Natalie Nunn from Bad Girls Club.
Oh, that was the Black girl, right? That one of the
no. She's white girl. She's white girl.
Okay, I'm not sure who that is. Against who?
Against Tommy from Love and Hip Hop.
Well, Tommy, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah, I said I'm paying money to watch that.
I'll tell you right now, Tommy is a hard broad. Like
Tommy got like 50-11 mugshots.
Tommy might get in the fucking ring and start rolling her fucking neck around and like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, this, you know what I mean? Like, what's up? What's up, y'all?
Yeah,
y'all,
that's
y'all
gonna
ready?
be a good one. I don't think it happened yet. We'd have heard about it. So no, I might be coming up. I'll get a date and keep you posted.
Oh, Gonzo and Bosco. Gonzo versus Bosco. Somebody said
Wow.
Gonzo got this. I don't know who got it, but Gonzo versus Bosco is a real thing that's happening.
Wait, Natalie Nunn's a black girl? Somebody said Natalie Nunn.
I
don't think that. Nah, hang on. Hold on. Let me do my Google. Hold on. Let me do my Googles right quick.
Shout out to Fact Checker Rage. Rest in peace, Fact Checker.
Oh, Rage.
This would be a time for him to be fact checking. So whenever
I know
a fact check.
Because I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. I never watched Bad Girls Club, so
Fact Checker Rage.
that's that on that.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will, Derek. Yes, I will.
This is Natalie. This is Natalie Nunn.
Yeah, she's black. That ain't no white girl. She's black. Damn you, Digga. But she might be like half white or something like that. But
Come on.
She's black. And
okay.
She's the wild one. So now that I know
she's the right one. Oh, damn.
Now that I know you talking about, that's gonna be a good fight. You know why? Because girl.
Why did I think she was?
That girl gets busy.
Oh yeah, she is.
Tommy.
Oh damn.
She set that up.
Oh damn, she black. Yeah, she black.
She black.
My bad.
Yeah. I
thought she was white.
Yeah. You know what? You should just never go against me again. How about that? You should just always agree with what I say. How about that?
Well, in my defense, I never watched Bad Girls. Wait, what? Is that my house? Oh wow. Okay, so new computer got all type of. Oh snap! It's connected to my daughter's iCloud.
Oh,
I can see her messages. Oh,
open one on air.
Oh my goodness.
Well, hang on. If this was one of those real ill shows, we would just randomly open one of those on the air right now.
Nah, I ain't doing that to my baby.
That's what I'm saying. I would.
Though. Don't get it fucked up. I was that mother. But I'm
talking about being that mother. Like sometimes you gotta be that host. Like, you know who would do? Somebody like Howard Stern would do some shit like that.
Oh wow.
This is why he's fucking Howard Stern. Because he used to do some real uncomfortable shit to his wife and shit like that. You know, like he used to say some
Yo, let me tell you, my daughter and my nieces, they thought I was psychic because I would figure out how to hack into their MySpace DMs, and then Facebook came along, their Facebook messages. I had my daughter's text messages synced to my iPad, so I would always know what was going on. And their whole life growing up, they really thought I was psychic. Like they didn't know that I was really hacking their shit.
You're like, Digga's a witch, I'm telling you.
Yep.
All right, she is a witch.
Somebody said I might see a dick pic. Oh, I don't want to see it.
Oh, right.
Hey, I mean, look, man.
Or nah, I ain't even going to get into
it. No. Look, I'm about to say you better not.
I ain't going to get into it, but who knows what could be on there.
The children are grown. They fucking and sucking. Listen,
right.
I'm just.
And if they're taping it, and you stumble across that, like, I don't know the kind of like.
Okay, I'm logging out now. Once again, in front of you,
that would bring about. I don't even want to.
Once again, in front of you, not a mean Godcast. He's Lord Jamar. I'm Digga Godfrey. All right, y'all. I'm going to have dinner. Love.
Okay, listen, we are out for real. Oh, wait, but before we go out for real,
let's go.
I want to stress to the people that we taking this bitch to Patreon. Goddamn.
A lot going on at Patreon.
Oh, you heard that Joe Buttons is over at Patreon.
I
right?
saw that, and I hear that they are very creator friendly in terms of negotiations.
Right, and so that's another reason why
we love to hear it.
Why I think it would be a smart move for us to do this now. So again, you're not going to be missing out. Oh wait, thank you, Otis B. He said I'm at the part where you're explaining the type of white people you allow on the show. That's exactly how it should be. They must have respect and understanding. Respect to the Godcast. Thank you, Otis B. That's right. Shout out to Paul Stewart. That might be a white man we will have on in the future. Very respectful to the black culture. And yeah. Anyway, but back to Patreon. For those of you that just want to watch the videos, the chopped up, how we've been putting them out, and then watch the full episode at the end, you can continue to do that. It really doesn't affect you. Us going to Patreon. But for those of you that love these lives, you know, for the minimum of $5 a month, you'll be able to have these lives and access to certain content that, you know, we can't put on YouTube. And the lives will be up. Once they're up, they're up. Once we do the live, it's be up. There's no private. It'll just be up because y'all are subscribers and that's what you paid for. But right now, this show that we just did tonight, once we go off here, it's going to go private. You know what I mean? And then we're going to chop it up and do what we do with it. Oh, thank you, Melanated Sunchild. Melanated Sunchild said, great show. It was a great show. Thank you. Whoa, A-Rod facing 30 years. What?
I saw that comment. For
and
what?
Then also, did you hear that Tiger Woods crashed in a car? And
oh yeah, did you see the car rolled over? Like the car had rolled over.
Oh fuck, yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. Shouts out Serena. She lost on her way to the Australia Open final. But hey, man, still great.
Hey, Miss Ravioli. Yes. Oh, I hope to see you over there, Miss Ravioli, because you are definitely a every week supporter. You know, you're always here with us.
Have you filmed since Prince Marky D passed away? Rest in peace to Prince Marky D. If we haven't said it, if we haven't stated it for the record.
I think we did, but rest in peace, Prince Marky D. I don't think people understand how influential the Fat Boys were back then to early hip hop and how they helped hip hop go mainstream. You know, they were doing movies and shit early, big movies. They was fly as fuck with all they Fat Boy Dapper Dan shit. You know what I mean? They made fat niggas. They gave fat niggas confidence and shit like that.
No, Lady of Rage did not pass. We're talking about Rage, our fact checker.
We're talking about fact checker Rage. If you are a longtime viewer of our show, we had our DJ / fact checker Rage. His name was Rage, and he passed away recently. No, not of COVID. But anyway, so yes, and listen, another thing, YouTube is trying to make it hard for channels like ours to monetize. Certain topics that we might have where we try to bring certain information to you, you know, they'll deem it unsuitable for advertisers, blah 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 blah. So then it gets to the point where it's not financially viable. It's not something that's sustainable. But if we can create this subscription model, that's something that can offset, you know, the costs, because there's definitely costs to what we're doing. That's something that could help offset the cost and you know, help pay for the time and effort that we put into this. You know, so we really appreciate y'all coming over to Patreon and choosing one of the tiers, either $5, $10, or $20 a month, and getting all that comes with that. No, Lady of Rage didn't pass. Stop putting that shit in the chat, yo.
No, I think it's oh damn, that is a different comment. I was about to say no, it's the same comment. It's actually a different one because they're just hearing us say rage, I guess.
Yeah, well. Anyway, totally different rage. So yeah, I hope y'all will join us over there. I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe we'll do one more on here just to give y'all one more, you know, a little more chance to get on over there to Patreon. But I'm hoping by the end of this show, actually, that I saw, oh, there goes Chorus Knopflin just pledged $10 over at Patreon.
Hey, let's go. $20 more to a new bottle of new tube of Fenty Red.
Chorus Knopflin. Well, is that you, Miss Ravioli? Oh no, maybe not. I think that is Chorus Knopflin on here as well. Well, she just signed up over at Patreon, and there we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, well, the rest of y'all see the link at the bottom of the screen. There's a link in the description to become a patron. So I hope y'all do that. We about to be out of here. We appreciate y'all coming through. Once again, thank you to our guests, Mopreme Shakur, MiaDonovan, from the movie Dope is Death. And once again, my name is Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
Peace. Thank you, Chorus Knopflin.